Stocks trade in a narrow groove in thin trading as the year end nears. Energy ekes out gains, but realty and IT dragged. Midcaps underperform. Ola Electric ramps up to add 3,200 stores, with service stations taking its total store tally to the targeted 4,000 mark. The expansion takes it well beyond the metros to several Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. The stock gains on cue. Oil marketing major Bharat Petroleum Corporation has marked its entry into the solar energy segment with 150 megawatt solar PV project order from NTPC. The renewable energy initiative puts some green on the stock. The non-availability of enough technically skilled labor is hurting execution, engineering and construction. That's the word coming in from major KEC International. This adds to the growth challenges for the sector even as capex has slowed. Rupee continues to decline to new lows, hitting 85.27 per dollar in early trade as importers make month-end dollar purchases. The rupee is down in sync with the most EM currencies as dollar index remains above 108 mark, up from 107.7 last week. Hello, good afternoon. You've tuned into Business Lunch on CNBC-TV18. I'm Vinny Motiwala. A quick look at the markets because nothing exciting is happening on that front. Look at the Nifty, as flat as it could be. The 23,700 800 range is what it's remained in. In the morning, we did see some bit of a gain, but now it's given up those gains. So recovered from that red, but it's just around that mark. So let's keep an eye out on how the next couple of hours are going to be for the market specifically. Now, mid and small cap, that's where the underperformance is coming in from. Nifty mid-cap down 0.5% in trade. Small cap also down almost 0.4% in trade. So nothing much of an excitement happening there. Bank, Nifty Bank is also trading in the red, opened up in the green, was managing to hold on to that gain and then just fell down and now is in that flat range of 51,150 levels and around that mark. Energy is the top sectoral gainer that we have coming in trade today, and other than that we have Nifty Auto that is also managing to see some bit of a green today, so keep an eye out on that one. Nifty 500 stocks, let's pull up some of the names over there who've continued to see that up move during this week. We have Intellect Design that's continuing to see very strong gains, 11%, and good volumes is also what is seen for Intellect Design. Amber Enterprises also on the uptick. 5-6% of gain on Tuesday. We did have a Sudarshan who broke a story on that front. So yes, we're keeping an eye on that. Plus, the management also came out with a clarification. We also had India Cements that's in focus, so keep an eye on that. And in terms of top losers, we for Nifty 500, Titagarh Rail, KPR Mills, as well as DOMS are among the top losers coming in there. But on that note, let's pull up Ola Electric because that's in focus today, and that has undertaken a massive store expansion on Christmas Day. Sudarshan is joining in with us to give us the details on this front. Good afternoon, Sudarshan.
Afternoon, Vinny. So Ola Electric is in focus today because company has increased its number of store counts to 4,000 with an increase of more than 3,200 stores in one go. And this increase is important because in new stores, company has also added the facility of service centers. And this is important because over the last few months, company was facing issues related to service, and even it had got this show cause notice from Consumer Affairs Ministry. So obviously investors will now focus if this addition of new stores will help company resolve this issue. And apart from this addition of new stores, company has also launched the operating system and named it Move OS 5, and that's the beta version. And some of its facilities include group navigation, and second is live location sharing. Also, it has launched limited edition of Ola S1 Pro Sona, and company claims it has launched with real 24-karat gold-plated elements. So going forward, two things will be in focus. If company manages to resolve the service-related issue, and second, regarding the market share that it has lost in the last few months, if it manages to regain those.
Okay, Sudarshan, thank you so much for that. Keeping an eye out on Ola Electric. Let's move on to another stock that's in focus today. We have EPAC Durable, and that is also up after the company clarified on reports of Chinese company plan to actually buy stake in the company. Upasna is joining in with us to give us more details on this one. Good afternoon, Upasna.
Good afternoon. Well, the stock remains in focus today as the company clarifies to the media reports stating that Hisense Group, that is a Chinese top TV company, plans to acquire 26% stake in company's subsidiary. Now, company clarifies that the business discussion are currently in the preliminary stage, and it is also further said that it will find the requisite disclosure in the compliance with applicable laws as and when required. Now let us talk about the Hisense Group and understand what it actually spells for the company. Now Hisense is founded in 1969. The group is a global leader in home appliances and consumer electronics operating over 160 countries. Now it is a MNC with a global revenue of $29 billion in 2023 with 40% share contributed by international revenues. Now, company is also known for pioneering technologies like laser TV, ULED and AI chips, and company's portfolio includes renowned brands like Toshiba TV, Asco and Jonergy. So all in all, that's the reason why we can see such a sharp up move in the stock today on the back of this.
Okay, Upasna, thank you so much for the update on that front. But let's move on. And BSE is one of the top gainers of 2024. The stock surged more than 145% in this year. So far that we've seen coming in, we still have a few days left, so that'll be interesting to see. But HDFC Institutional Equities in a recent note says that there was a notional volume that dipped significantly across equity exchanges after one weekly expiry per exchange was implemented and also has reduced rating on the stock. Now, earlier on in the day, we managed to speak to the CEO of the company, that is Sundararaman Ramamurthy, who is the managing director as well as the CEO at BSE, who discussed this topic in more detail. So listen in to what he had to say.
Sebi implemented all the rules in order to ensure market protection and also bringing better participation in the market compared to anybody participating. So from that, one of the important the requirements or rather outcome expected was there will be a rationalization of the notional volumes across exchanges post-implementation. And the expectation was to bring down the notional because there were too much of froth in the market. That's what some of the people were feeling. And also this month has been a month of lot of turmoil with lot of activity in US post the elections and the Fed rate cut and India's inflation numbers being perceived as high. Multiple reasons because of which the market went up to say 85,000, 86,000 and then came to 72,000, 77,000 and then went to the type of a market movement has been seen. The income earned is based on premium. The one part of the expenditure is based on notional. Another is based on the number of contracts. If the quality of premium improves compared to the fall in notional and also the fall in the number of contracts traded because the contract size is also going up, naturally then it will lead to an advantageous situation compared to a disadvantageous situation, because while the income will increase because of the premium quality becoming better, the cost will come down because of the notional and the number of contracts coming down. I've always been maintaining that India is a very large country and there is more room for more products. Now suddenly the number of products have come down. So one more product coming in is, I think from a market perspective, is good for them. I also saw that MSCI is the Metropolitan Exchange is trying to revive itself by issuing fresh shares and more market participants are taking part of it. I think it's a healthy sign. One important thing always comes to me is success of a product lies in its utility and market awareness. So these two are very important constituents to make a product success.
Okay, and let's move on. The government has announced the appointment of Arunish Chawla, an IAS officer, as the new Revenue Secretary. Arunish Chawla will succeed Sanjay Malhotra. The post of Revenue Secretary fell vacant after the incumbent Sanjay Malhotra was appointed as the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India earlier this month. Arunish Chawla will continue to hold the additional charge of Secretary till the appointment of a regular incumbent is there. On that note, we're going to slip into a very short break, but after we return from the break, we will take a look back at the year that was for the mutual fund space, especially 2024 saw a rise in NFOs this year. So stay tuned in for that. Thanks for staying tuned into Business Lunch on CNBC-TV18. Now let's talk about mutual fund space now. The fundraiser via new fund offers in 2024 till November stood at 1.04 lakh crore rupees, which was at an uptick of 63% versus 2023. Sonal Butra is joining you with us to give us a lowdown on the big NFO rush in 2024 as well as the categories which have been in focus.
2024 saw a lot of action in the mutual fund space, and funds raised via NFOs has definitely been one of them. Let's look at the numbers. Funds raised by NFOs or new fund offers stood at 1.04 lakh crores in 2024. This is still the month of November, and we have more NFOs in the month of December that has not been accounted for here. That is an uptick of 63% versus funds raised in 2023 at around 63,800 crore rupees. Now, this was slightly lower than 2022. That time, the number was 67,336 crore rupees. But 2021 also saw massive inflows. This was double the amount versus 2020, when the amount raised was around 53,700 crore rupees. Now, if we talk about the number of NFOs, 2022 still tops the list. So far in 2024, we've seen 205 NFOs which have issued issued till November. This compares with 212 in 2023, 246 in 2022, 140 in 21, and around 81 in 2020. Some of the categories that saw high flows: multi-cap funds getting in 6,300 crore rupees of money, and other ETFs at around 1,400 crore rupees. But the real star of this year had to be sectoral funds. 40 sectoral or thematic funds have seen the highest flows that we have seen in the last 5 years. Sectoral funds garnered around 67,772 crore rupees in 2024 so far, which is more than the flows in this space from 2020 to 2023. In this period, sectoral funds garnered around 52,165 crore rupees. This is via 59 NFOs. Even index funds actually saw a lot of interest. 76 NFOs in the index fund space, raising 12,147 crore rupees, which is the highest that we have seen in at least 5 years. Index funds have always seen a lot of interest, and more so in the last 3 years, with more focus on passive investing. In 2023, 53 index funds were launched, garnering around 2,700 crore rupees. This compares with 85 in 2022, and these numbers were very low in 2021 and 2020, as you can see on your screen. Interestingly, no mid-cap funds were launched in 2023 and 2024. This space did see a big rally, but did not see a new product here, but saw massive flows in the existing names. Also, only one small-cap fund was launched in 2024. And now we are towards the end of 2024, and December also has seen a lot of action in the NFO space. But will this continue in 2025? Will there be new products by mutual funds houses to diversify their portfolio? Well, time will tell.
Thanks for that, Sonal. But shifting focus from NFOs to microfinance sector, because that witnessed pain in the calendar year 2024 and is expected to remain under pressure in 2025 too. What are the key factors and pain points for the sector, and how will the things pan out in 2025? Abhishek has more details on this one.
Rural economy came under great pressure during the large part of CY 2024, that is calendar year 2024, especially in the microfinance segment. The sector is expected to see pain in its business going into 2025 as well. Let's take a look at the numbers. So AUM growth, that is asset under management growth, which was at 26% YOY last year, that is in 2023, has declined to less than 9.5% growth year on year this year so far. So growth is expected to further slow down as lenders battle various issues ranging from over-leveraging of customers to credit costs to asset quality pain, etc. So the biggest impact has been seen for Spandana Spurti, ESAF SFB and Credit Access Grameen in 2023. All the lenders saw improvement in their asset quality, but in 2024, X of Satin Credit Care, all of them witnessed huge pain in their asset quality. Highest pain was seen in Fusion Finance. Amount-wise, these lenders saw gross NPA decline by 32% in 2023, and then it rose by 79% in calendar year 2024 so far. Massive rise was seen for Fusion Finance, Spandana Spurti, and Credit Access Grameen. They saw their stock price and valuations also decline due to lowering of growth and deterioration in the asset quality. Now, highest decline in valuations on a one-year forward price to book value has been for Credit Access Grameen, Fusion Finance, and Equita Small Finance Bank. Marginal improvement was seen in lower valuations of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank and Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, now underperforming Nifty this year so far. On year-on-year basis, while Nifty has given a return of 17.3%, these lenders have given negative return ranging from as low as 5% to as high as more than 67%. So from 52-week high, if you take a look, Nifty has given a negative return of almost 7%, while these lenders have given negative returns ranging from as low as 31% to as high as 73%. Highest negative return is from Fusion Finance, followed by Spandana Spurti, and then Credit Access Grameen. Let's look at the outlook for 2025 given by ICRA on this sector. Stricter lending norms for microfinance shall improve the credit safeguards, but will pose challenges to near-term outperformance or the performance of the sector. Borrower rejection rates are projected to increase significantly as over 20% of the borrowers are expected to be impacted by the new guardrails set by MFIN. Now, NBFC MFI's AUM growth will compress to 0 to 5% growth in FY25 from 29% that they had in FY24. Credit cost is expected to be at a high range of 5.4% to 5.6% for FY25, which along with margins is expected to compress the overall profitability of the sector. The sector has challenges stemming from over-leveraging of their borrowers, socio-political disruption, as well as operational challenges largely related to the high employee attrition seen over here. There is significant downside risk to the near-term loan quality of the sector. ROA or return on asset can decline massively for the lenders in large part of 2025. They are strongly capitalized. Hence, incremental capital requirement for loan growth will be lower due to expectation of slowdown in the overall loan growth of the sector.
Thank you so much for that, Abhishek. But as we step into 2025, CNBC-TV18 asks some key questions. How will the Nifty perform in 2025? What are the sectors and themes to bet on? Will the flattering GDP growth revive in 2025? And will the RBI start cutting rates in 2025? We will ask the experts for you. So stay tuned in for the most comprehensive market poll coming soon on CNBC-TV18 only. But with that, we'll slip into a very short break now. But don't go anywhere, because after the break, we will get you the latest on the plane crash in Kazakhstan. Stay tuned for more updates. Welcome back to Business Lunch on CNBC-TV18. A quick look at where the market is right now. Nothing much of an excitement there. Similar levels of 23,750 is where the Nifty is managing to roam around. Though it's just come on to that positive side since that 11 o'clock when we saw the decline. But after that, on that positive side, in that range. So very range-bound trading session. Do not forget that today is a Nifty expiry. Contributor-wise, in terms of decline, we're seeing the banking names, private banking names, especially HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, as well as ICICI Bank among the top drags coming in for the Nifty. And what's holding on today is the auto side. So we have M&M, Maruti Suzuki, as well as Tata Motors, which is supporting the positive side for the Nifty contributors today. But yes, that's how we are seeing in terms of the look coming in for the market. Broader market clearly is under pressure versus the benchmark indices, mid-cap as well as the small cap, both trading in the red, and Nifty Bank also, like you can see, clearly is under pressure today. But that's the look of the market, very range-bound in terms of the trading session that we're seeing. Moving on, a passenger plane flying from Azerbaijan to Russia crashed near the city of Aktau in Kazakhstan, and this was on Wednesday, with 62 passengers and 5 crew members on board. The crash reportedly killed 38 passengers while 29 survived. Authorities in Kazakhstan have launched a comprehensive investigation into the crash. Now, as per Russian observers, the crash took place while the plane was attempting an emergency landing due to heavy fog in Russia's Grozny region. Azerbaijan Airlines said that it was suspending all its flights from the capital city of Baku to Russia's Chechnya region until investigation is concluded. And as we wrap up this edition of Business Lunch on CNBC TV18, we leave you with some somber visuals from Indonesia. People are remembering their loved ones on the 20th anniversary of the Indian Ocean tsunami, which killed over 2.3 lakh people, including 1.6 lakh in Indonesia.